What are we talking about here? Well, IBM had an active role in the Holocaust. A willingly act, they are responsible for why the Holocaust was so efficient and managed to kill 6 million people. If it wasn't for them, at every phase of it, there were 6 phases to getting to the final phase, which was the 6th phase. They were part of every phase when it came to calculating, tabulating, labeling exterminations with the number 6. They were able to, because of their Hollerith machine, which was an IBM machine, and punch cards, they were able to separate. I mean, even people that didn't know they were of Jewish descent, the Nazis found out with the help of IBM. So that's how they were able to get everybody separated, send some of them to ghettos, send some of them to slave labor camps, send some of them to Auschwitz, to gas chambers, to science experiment, all the stuff that went on. IBM, it was literally the reason why so many were murdered. Hitler wouldn't have been able to pull that off without them. Yet they've never apologized. They won't even fully open up their archives on it. But there's all this evidence for it. It's been out there, and they still won't apologize. And it's now they have gone on to create digital twins of all of us. Tech has. IBM, but then IBM has also taught many of their coding techniques, of course, to all the other new tech. OpenAI, ChatGPT, take your pick, Oracle, all of them. So without the tabulating abilities, without the punch cards, without their coders, which would have been your data processors back then, there wouldn't have been such a great flow of getting the people, even down to the train cars, getting to their locations on efficient time. And they have never paid a price for it. And they are in our healthcare. They are in many corporations. And the other part of what I'm saying is that for those that don't know the Bible, this has always been an ongoing debate about Revelations, 13:18. 13:18. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. The way that IBM would code every extermination was with a 6 in their machine. Every bit of it, they were involved and have never even apologized. Then you look at the fact it was 6 million that were killed, another 6. It was 6 numbers. They would only go up to 6 digits when they tattooed prisoners, Jews, with the number. They would never go past having 6 digits. So it's the 666. And anybody who knows the Bible has always wondered, who is the man? Well, it's not directly a man. Corporations are seen as personhood. It's part of the problem we have in society, why we never get due process, the middle class or the poor, is because, the Constitution has just been serving the corporations, okay? And the corporations were literally the genocide in the Holocaust with IBM. So, given that everybody would think it couldn't be IBM because it says a number of a man, well, no, it is a man. It's many men. But given that in our current time, corporations, at least under the eyes of the law, are seen as a personhood, they're seen as the same as you and I. which is why you always lose again. Most people don't even take them to court, right? Because you don't stand a chance. But they went and got recognized by the court systems long time ago as their corporations are seen as a personhood. So that's the man, and it's IBM. But they've never, and so they were your early technology, way early. They've just now we have even more of them. And what's worse now is that the major tech companies, GE, Oracle, OpenAI, Microsoft, definitely IBM, because they were heavily involved, has made digital twins of everyone. They didn't have to get consent from you. So there is a digital twin of you. This isn't made up. It's all out there. So to give tech a free rein to do anything else is ludicrous. So one, it proves the Bible, okay, but it proves that the technology and the because of the technology that IBM brought to the Holocaust, it is why it ran like an efficient operation. So then, I don't care what corporation you work for, you always hear about, we have to do things efficiently, and now they want to bring AI in, and especially into my industry in healthcare, and I've seen it. I'm not saying technology has ruined healthcare. Bringing AI into the HR department is literally foolish, but IBM is all through our healthcare system, and they shouldn't be. They should have never been able to continue their activities after the Holocaust, but nobody stopped them. And to this day, they won't apologize, even though there's all this evidence for it. It was a New York Times reporter that actually investigated all of it, because I guess at one time, when you go through the Museum of the Holocaust in Germany, there was this big tabulating machine with IBM on it. It was right there in front of everybody's face, he said, and nobody looked into it. Nobody put any of the pieces together. So he started investigating it, and that's when every phase that he investigated, they were involved. It would have never happened without IBM. And they knew. It wasn't like they were accidentally involved. They weren't. They were heavily. They should not still be a company today. No corporation that has any ethical standards should want to use them for anything. But because nobody stopped them way back then, they're now so powerful that I think that they're more powerful than most governments. I mean, they are your supercomputer. They're in Aragon Lab. They've now taught all these other tech companies their coding techniques. It's all about coding. It's all about coding and numbering and tabulating and calculating people, everything that Lucifer would do. And yet, without them, Hitler would have never been able to murder so many that he did. So, it's twofold what I'm talking about. It's literally IBM is Revelations 13:18. There's no doubt about it, most especially because they coded exterminations as 6. They killed 6 million, and they never went above 6 digits when they tattooed prisoners. They always stopped at the 6th digit. Every way it proves the Bible, proves that verse. And they have had so much power, even more so since then, when really somebody should have stopped them, but nobody did. Nobody even held them accountable. They were able to, because of their tabulating and efficiency skills, were able to keep evidence that implicates them out of the Nuremberg trials. That's why there was very few people that were held accountable during the Nuremberg trials. Well, it was because of the very biggest people that were involved, which was the corporation known as IBM, also known as 666.